bottom, top. That's a kitty cat. We have 8 mana, so we won't play it this turn. It's kind of easy to approach versus these guys, so there's no reason to play it. That's going to resolve for sure. Doesn't even have energy, so we sideboarded out the majority of our Supreme Wheels anyway. I'd rather Supreme Wheel for an Impulse at this point in the game. There's the approach we want, so just go ahead and try to melt down this and see if this resolves. He could easily have Blossoming Defense here. It's a little interesting on which one to play. I think it's kind of safe to play this. He has to get that thing up to a 14 to kill us in one turn. If he does, he just does. If not, he only gets this draw step and another draw step if we choose to allow that. And we do have the Fumigate, so it'd be pretty hard for him to kill us over 2 draw steps. So it's now 6 cards down. And we're going to mill 4 cards. Then we're going to use the Hieroglyph, and then we're going to draw for our turn, and then we've got it. So the Hieroglyph being good yet again. Yes. Yes. So then we Hieroglyph here to draw a card, and that's 5. So the card we draw for our turn should be the other approach. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. So that's 12 matches in a row on stream. Just gotta keep trugging away with this deck. Got one more match for today. We got a 4-1 right now, trying to get a 5-0. Kind of sucks that I ruined my stream with that pause. Um, so we're looking for our last match. I've had a nice little 5-0 today. 2 Pummeler decks. I wonder if a Pummeler deck went 5-0 yesterday or something. I've not checked. I guess we have time to check right now, don't we? Not doing anything else. What did well yesterday? Maybe my internet's not working well. Ooh, my buddy streaming, my buddy Al, my League of Legends friend, streaming some Player Unknown Battleground right now, if anybody's into that. And Mana Traders is having him a nice little drinking draft stream. Oh, well, I guess we won't get to look at the decks. We'll just move on into our into our match for a 5-0 and see if we get it. Playing versus a 3-1. We played versus all good records this event, which is pretty rare because the Moto pairings algorithm, or how they do it, to lower wait times, like it doesn't necessarily pair that well, which I'm fine with. A lot of people hate. I don't hate that. I think we'll keep this hand. We have one 2-mana interactive spell. We already have 2 lands, and we have 1 cycle for another land. So yeah, I believe this is a keep. It is on the Finn side, and if they put on top, their hand will most undoubtedly be better than ours. They did not put on top. Oh, and they're playing that deck. That deck's kind of an interesting deck. It typically has 4 Faultknot Seers and 4 Gideons in it. This could be a different build of it. I'm just going off by seeing the 1 card, obviously, which is not science at all. But if it is that deck, we actually have some trouble with it. I mean, we'll have trouble, if anything, if we don't draw a 3rd land. If we draw a 3rd land, this hand's absolutely great, though. We're 10 cards deep. You'd think we would have drawn a 3rd land. So it's not the deck I thought it was, and we didn't get our 3rd land. Wow. That's one way to lose. If we end up losing. Not lost yet. No, it's the ramp deck. Ramp is what I call our worst match by a lot. So obviously when we get a draw like this, we're not going to do particularly well with versus ramp. I do not like to see or come into play tapped lands in the desert deck, but it's fine. Yeah, can't do anything about it. So we're going to have to win 2 games on hard mode versus our worst match. Yeah, that's not good. Missed the land drop again, and now he can just start world breaking. We have to discard one of these. We'll discard an Effort Meltdown, I guess. That's insane too. Yep. Not a good, not much chance for us now. Go ahead and cycle this. We have to hit the lands, so. What's up, George? Just in time to see us get mana screwed and destroyed by our worst match. We were 4-0 before this, though. But it's our worst match, and we didn't draw land 3 until like turn 5 or whatever, so obviously not going to win that game. Wouldn't win that game versus even good matches, so not that upset. One of the big problems now is that this cast out's not even good. Alright, we'll just go ahead and concede. He's going to kill 2 of our lands and be able to tutor for a way to kill our cast out, so. So most of our cards aren't good in this match. This has some relevance because it can kill all of his enchantments. Obviously, all of this stuff is not particularly good. Fumigates aren't particularly good, and we're bringing in Descents because they can remove World Breakers forever. But, as I said, we don't really have enough things to take out, so we have to bring something back in, which is the problem. Just like none of these cards are good at all. Like, not one of them come close to winning a game. just don't want any of them at all, ever. I guess we'll try to Fumigate. If Ramp's going to be more popular, we obviously have to put like Summary Dismissal or something in the sideboard, but as of right now, Ramp's not been popular enough for that to matter. This hand is abysmal, but we have an approach, and that's one of the most important things in this match. Also, another thing that's important in this match is drawing a bunch of sensors and stuff like that to go after his early ramp spells, but I don't think we can mulligan a 4-mana hand. Just drawing a bunch of lands can kill the World Breakers. Unfortunately, killing a bunch or drawing a bunch of lands cannot beat the Ulamogs. So that's one of the problems that we face with a hand like this. It can beat like one half of his deck, but it can't beat all of his deck. There's a second approach that's actually insanely good. So as long as he doesn't have an Hour of Promise, we may be fast enough. Looks like he's playing around Censor, which is good. For us anyway. So we're going to need to draw some counter spells of these Glimmers. Or of this Glimmer. Him playing around Censor is very good for us, by the way. Sure. Well, we obviously don't want either of those. And we didn't hit a single counterspell yet. That's not good, friends. I guess we'll wait on using the cast out on the gifts. No, we'll go ahead and use the cast out on the gifts now. Puts him down to 5 mana, and hopefully he doesn't have Hour of Promise and an untapped land. He did mulligan. He could easily have that stuff, but if he doesn't, we're not in that bad a shape. What is this? Huh. Not really worried about that card, so. Go ahead and kill the creature while we can. And let's see, he draws something really good. We might be able to get it with the approaches here. Especially if he doesn't have a land drop for this turn. Oh, well, that was bad for us. I'm feeling pretty rough, James, but I think I'm good enough to come back and finish the tournament. We finished the last game actually on stream if you want to go watch the end of it, but it wasn't really, he was man screwed. We had a great draw. Wasn't really a lot to watch. Game 1 of this game, we were mana screwed. So now we're just hoping. So he's up to 8 mana, but if we untap and draw a land, we still just win. He might get the gifts. No. Have to untap and draw a land, probably. Yeah, well, we did. And this is one of the only ways to beat them. Alright, going into game 3 to try to get to 5-0. Versus a very hard match. So the cats don't really do anything. It makes us spend 5 mana on his Hour turn, and that's the one turn of the game that we at least want to bluff a counter spell to try to make him play around the Censor. The same type of thing with the Limvala. And just, these cards just don't really do anything. Maybe an Effort Meltdown slightly better than a Fumigate, but probably not, just in case he does slip a tracker down on turn 3. But, nope, we just basically have to hope we can counterspell his ramp spells and that we draw 7 mana into approach. Well, this hand's pretty miserable. This card's basically a mulligan, and this card's not very good, but we have some lands, and we have a counterspell for his first ramp spell, and or a cycler if he plays around it. It can also kill Tracker on turn 3, which Tracker on turn 3 is one of the easiest ways for us to lose this match. It's one of the easiest ways for us to lose this match other than just 7 mana into Eldrazi's, because we can't do anything about 7 mana into Eldrazi's. Like, with our configuration of the deck, we're just dead to 7 mana into Eldrazi, so have to like basically pretend that they're just not going to get that game plan. We need them to be using ramp spells and stuff that we can censor, and that we can like Supreme Will, or like a bunch of enchantments that we can like cast out or hours or whatever. But yeah, like I said, it's an absurdly hard match. Don't ever really expect to win it. They have to draw poorly. Us drawing well doesn't even matter. They have to draw poorly. It's one of the issues in this match. Doesn't matter how good I draw. If they don't draw poorly, it doesn't matter. Because as you can see, like, we've had a fantastic draw. We had a counterspell and a ramp, we had a counterspell and a ramp, and now we have a draw to, and we have a backup of ways to kill creatures. But like if they literally just play your lands for the next free turn and start casting World Breakers, everything we've done's not good enough. The Gearhulk gives us a little bit of play in that regard. I apologize, somebody has got a sweeper out by my door. I can't control that. I apologize, I have no idea why they're doing it right now. I'll try to keep this as muted as much as possible. I apologize if it's frightening loud. I don't know why they're doing it. So they have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if they have another shrine, they have 10. It's not worth playing the Gearhulk. We're just going to go look for lands here. Maybe we'll find another approach. It's a descent. I guess that's fine. Gives us a follow-up post-approach if he does have an Ulamog. Well, opponent's on a 7-turn clock. If he has an Ulamog here, we have an answer for it. If he has multiple Ulamogs, there's no chance for us to win at all. It looks like he does have the first Ulamog. Hopefully he doesn't have additional Ulamogs. If he has additional Ulamogs, the game's just over. Oh, it's a Kozilek. Do I even care about Kozilek? What do you do? Discard a card with converted mana cost X, counter with converted mana cost X. If you have fewer cards than 7, draw up to 7. Okay, sure. I'm not sure if that card's good versus me. I really don't know. Anyway, so we're 6 away now. Let's go ahead and try this. There's not a whole lot of cards they have for 6. We have double Hieroglyph if we need to continue looking for more lands. And basically just trying to avoid Ulamog here. Alright, well he's tapped that for colorless? Tap that one for colorless. Okay. So looks like our opponent doesn't have Ulamog, so we have a chance. They could have Warping Well or something, though. Warping Well would be pretty brutal. We're going to cycle at least one of these, putting us down to 5 cards away. And we'll cycle this one for the second one, putting us to 4 cards away. And then our draw step for the turn is 3 cards away. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. We could try to get lucky and cycle into cycle, but I don't think it's really worth trying to cycle into cycle. Maybe it is. We're not using this cycle for anything else. Sure. So it's 1 card away. Or maybe I did bad math. I'm not sure. I don't think I did bad math, did I? Maybe this is just a second approach. So he does have... Oh, that's not a warping well. Either way, we're pressing F6. We have nothing else we can do. Green. Cycling that. Alright. So I don't think we messed up the math, did we? I guess we didn't. Nope. We didn't mess up the math. There it was. That just happened to be a second one. So okay, the math wasn't messed up. That's good to know. That just happened to be a second one. Or maybe the math was messed up. I don't know. Like I said, I'm sick. I'm playing very poorly, but that's the second 5-0 in a row. And like how it says, we're currently in game 2, down a game. That's pretty old. But anyway, it's the second 5-0 in a row and like the 13th match in a row we've won. I think we're really getting more and more used to this deck now. The sideboarding plan's getting better. These authorities have been outstanding. These rivulets have been outstanding. The immolating glares, as opposed to the meltdown, I'm still not sure about. And the torrential gearhulks haven't been spectacular. The Hour Revelation hasn't been spectacular, and the Limvalas haven't been spectacular. But I think the Limvalas are keepable. They're like somewhere in between bad and usable. But anyway, it's kind of nice to get the second 5-0 dyno in a row. I want to say thank you to all the followers, all the new followers today. We appreciate it. I apologize for having that break in the middle of the stream and for just playing poorly, but I am sick. Thank you for adding me to your auto host, Total MTG. We appreciate it. And let's go see who we're going to host for today. Down below for the new people, there's a link to the Twitter. Also, if you're on my YouTube page, in the description, there's a link to the Twitter as well. On the Twitter, you'll find every deck list I play, every time I go live, and every time a YouTube video gets updated. And also, there is a link to my YouTube on the Twitter. I should put a link to the YouTube down below, but I haven't got around to that yet. I think we're gonna host Mana Traders because they gave us a night. No, we're gonna host Holy. Yeah, we're just gonna host. I don't know who we're gonna host. How many people are even watching us? Like 6? Not very many people today at all, I don't think. Yeah, everybody left when we had that small break. I'm just not even going to host anybody today. We have 3 people in here. Alright, anyway, go watch Holy Shamgar or Mana Traders or Decandio. Yep, not going to bother with the host. Anyway, sorry to bother you guys and sorry for the break in the stream.